Welcome everyone to the 5th episode of the Blitzed and Confused podcast. Firstly, I want to start out by saying, how was everyone's weekend so far? Anything eventful during the week? Anything memorable?
I got first place in a 10K.
First place?
Yeah. Really?
Did you cheat? EPOs?
Well, technically I got first and last place because I was the only one in my age group.
How many people ran? Were you going against elderly people?
They split it up in age groups. My age group is 20 to 24.
Mm-hmm.
And it said I got first place, and I didn't realize I was the only one.
Did you get like a medal?
Yeah.
No way.
Oh shit,
That's cool.
You're not wearing it.
I should have wore it.
You should have wore
It's
it.
on the camera right there.
Yeah.
Anything, Gino?
I saw some animals. Went to the zoo.
Oh,
I
that's
saw a big old giraffe. Never seen a giraffe
What's
before.
it?
Columbus.
Columbus.
What do you mean you've never seen a giraffe?
I've never seen a giraffe. You seen a giraffe?
Yeah.
There's giraffes at Akron.
I've seen so many giraffes.
I've never seen a giraffe.
Did you feed them?
No.
You can feed them, dude. They're
Really?
nice. Giraffes are really nice.
That's probably the coolest
I-
one I saw.
I don't know, man.
No, they're pretty nice. They're
Some
very gentle
ostrich.
animals. They have like long tongues and they
Yeah.
lick them right out of your hand like children.
Yeah.
Me, I was an enemy of animals this week, dude.
Oh.
So let me start out by saying this. I've never hit an animal or killed an animal
Oh.
with my vehicle, hunting, none of that stuff. Starting in 2025, I have been cursed. I have hit 3 animals with my vehicle,
Oh
dude.
my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they're terrified of my car. The animals are telling stories amongst like Animal
Yeah.
Kingdom. Like, watch out for this dude.
Yeah.
Watch out for the
I've hit a raccoon. I've hit a possum. And on Friday when I was driving to work, I hit a chicken and it exploded.
Oh, damn.
Dude, I'm dead serious. And none of them I feel horrible after. So I'm driving to work. I have like, it's a good day, you know, type music. It's sunny, it's beautiful in Cuyahoga Valley, the trees overlooking. I'm like, this is a good day. And I drive past this house and they have this big sign. It says like, slow down. Every time when I see it, and I'm like, I do slow down every time I see it because I'm like, oh, what if they have kids and stuff at 7 in the morning?
Yeah.
And I do it. And this chicken just runs out of the tall grass, like out of the woods. And it like is running.
Dude, it was
and
trying
like
to cross the street.
it was trying to, why did the chicken cross the road,
Just a
right?
wild
Well, it
chicken.
didn't.
A wild, I don't know. It came out of the woods. It literally came out of the woods. And I was driving, and I hit it, and it literally exploded. Like, feathers went everywhere.
This cartoon,
It went in my car, and then like when I'm driving past it, I like looked in my mirror, and I just saw like a cloud of like feathers. Dude, it was exactly like a car, and I got to work, and I was just like, what did I do? I'm asking ChatGPT, like, am I liable for hitting a chicken, like, in the middle of the road? Like, I felt very bad.
There's a lot of chickens that die here, so I think
Yeah.
you're good.
Now I understand why that guy had that thing right there that said slow down, because
maybe he's
his
lost a few
chickens
chickens, yeah.
just keep kamikazing into the road, running from the woods.
Yeah.
It came from the woods, dude. I'll never forget it. But yeah,
that's
that
nuts.
was a
That's
memorable
funny.
thing.
That's funny.
From my week at least.
Yeah.
But what has come, I think, in the past week or so is Madden ratings. So this year's Madden, they say it's going to be a little different. They just made the weather effects look different, and the
Yeah.
graphics are a little bit. It's going to be relatively similar. But I love
Yeah.
Madden,
Yeah.
so I don't want it to change too much. And I'm buying it year after year. I think all of us we
Oh,
buy
yeah.
every single Madden.
Oh yeah.
The team overalls came out, and it has always met with skepticism. So, I want to ask you guys, what are your thoughts about some of the team overalls in the brand new Madden 26?
My opinion, I think they're pretty good. I mean, there's a couple that could vary overall or two, but I think they hit it pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any teams that you think are overrated, underrated? What are your guys' opinions on that in terms of the teams?
Yeah, I mean, not to be biased, but I mean the Eagles are an 87, and the Cleveland Browns are also an 87. So
The Eagles are not an 87.
No. The Browns aren't an 87 either.
Gee, that is the wrong ratings.
Oh my
You're
gosh,
looking at
25.
25.
Okay, but
They
the
weren't
Eagles
to start the
are
season. Yeah.
very low.
No, Eagles are like a 92, bro.
I must have been.
I think the Chiefs are 93 and the Lions are 93.
Dude, personally, I think the Cleveland Browns are the most overrated team in the game. being at 78.
That's how it always is. That's how.
Yeah.
No,
that's how it
Cleveland
always is.
was higher because on paper they're good, but this year they're not really matching too much on paper. I think they should be like the lowest overall team. I'm pretty sure the Giants are like 72 or 73, like
Yeah.
really
Same with
bad.
the Raiders. Yeah.
They should be equivalent almost with the Giants, I think. I mean, they
Yeah.
have so many holes
Yeah.
on their team. I mean,
Yeah, I don't disagree. I said
Mhm.
the Packers could have had maybe an overall or more. They were an 83. I mean, they're a pretty solid team, all-around team. They have good
They
offensive
lost
line,
Jair. He's
good
like, what,
defense.
91?
Mm-hmm. The 49ers are a 91,
Yeah.
Mhm.
but that also leads me to player rankings. So,
There's a lot of
there's a
whack.
lot of absurd player rankings,
Mhm.
and this one I think is crazy. So, Stephon Diggs is rated the 10th or 11th best receiver. He's tied with Cooper Kupp at a 90 overall.
Yeah.
He's 31 years of age. He tore his Achilles, I believe, when he
His ACL.
played for the Houston Texans, which is like one of the most devastating injuries you can possibly have as a receiver, maybe the most. You know, it impacts your
Probably.
speed and the way that you can turn, so you're running routes. And he's also going to the New England Patriots, going to be the star. Now, I think him being at a 90 is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I agree. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he's higher than Puka Nacua. He's almost there with Devontae Adams at 91. So, like, what is up with the love for Stephon Diggs, the madman?
I don't get that either. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen the Stephon Diggs boat video?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He was literally saying, what did he say? He said, "Don't take too much." He gave these.
Yeah, and he
girls
gave him back.
He gave him a bag or something. Like he's totally just dealing out drugs.
Like when he plays for the Patriots of all teams, like a very class, type of team. They
Yeah.
wouldn't put up with that, and then
Yeah.
their
Yeah.
biggest star, the best player on
Yeah.
their Madden roster right now.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. The one that I thought was absolutely nuts, Brad, you're gonna agree with this. Isaiah Likely is a 78 overall.
Wow.
Way higher.
Dude, you should be like an 88.
Yeah.
Like 10 overalls higher.
They won't let. I mean, the Ravens. If you look at the Ravens, they are like a weird. All their rankings are weird. Like they are. I'm pretty sure they're the highest ranked team, so they're a 93. Mark Andrews is still a 92 overall.
Mhm.
I think he's like the third or fourth best tight end. Like D Hop's an 83.
Yeah.
We'll have Jair Alexander, who will also be like a high overall because
He's a
veteran.
91.
Yeah, 91. So
Yeah.
like the Ravens are the team in
Yeah.
Madden, and it stinks, dude. Because I always want to play with the Baltimore when I do franchise and rebuild
Yeah.
them. Like you can't rebuild the team;
Yeah.
they're already too
Build.
loaded, so it's too easy
Mhm.
to play with my favorite team. Now I wish it was like Cleveland,
Yeah.
where they're horrible.
Yeah,
every
you
year.
can do a whole.
It's a real
Yeah.
challenge. It's like
Yeah.
if you're gonna be realistic, you can't even do it in a year. You gotta wait
Yeah.
You don't have the money.
two,
No, you
3
don't.
years and forget. Like
Mhm.
that's the style.
Yeah. A comparison though that I thought was nuts. Zach Ertz is a 79 overall.
Oh,
Wow.
He's rated
Wow.
higher than Isaiah Likely.
that's abysmal. What do you think about that, Zach
I mean,
Ertz fan?
He's washed now.
I mean, he's great to have on your fantasy team because you can say, "My ball, Zach Ertz." That's
Yeah.
your team name, the
Yeah.
classic team name, one of the best.
He had an
team
all
names.
right season when he played, but I don't think he's better than Likely.
Do you have any absurd ratings?
I do
Gino?
actually.
What would
Let me
you-
ask you this: what is your top 5 running back in Madden? Like, what do you think the top 5 ratings are?
In Madden?
Yeah,
Oh,
in
running backs? I don't know off the top of my head. I do know Henry's a 99, which I don't think he should be a 99,
Okay.
but I'm for it.
Henry was.
So you got
99.
Saquon,
Saquon was a 99.
Henry,
Mm-hmm. That's 1 and 2.
Joe Mixon,
Josh
Mixon,
Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs,
You said Joe Mixon.
McCaffrey was a 95. I saw.
McCaffrey,
Um,
Jameer Gibbs.
Yep, he's 5.
what is his
Listen,
rating?
93.
93.
So it's Henry, Saquon, McCaffrey, Mixon, and then Gibbs.
I don't think Mixon is.
I think-
Mixon is crazy.
I think Mixon being at a 94 is absurd.
They love Joe Mixon,
I mean,
baby.
his-
You
stats-
want to know what Bijan's rating is?
Mm.
90.
How is he above Bijan?
He's at
Bijan should
7.
be
That's
90.
crazy.
So it goes Mixon, Gibbs, Jacobs, and Bijan.
Mhm.
I think that's outrageous.
So where would you put Mixon? What overall would Gino rate him in Gino's
Mixon, definitely not higher than Bijan, so like an 80, high 80s.
I would flip him. I put Bijan. What was he? 94.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, Bijan 94.
Well, Joe Mixon,
90.
his stats were ridiculous.
He
last
just
season.
that's
But he
They
got
had
the ball
Texans.
30 times a game.
They were
Yeah.
only good when they had Joe Mixon.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was like
that's true.
stats with that. Like their offense revolved around.
I don't
Joe
think he
Mixon.
deserves to be better than Gibbs or Bijan though.
Mm.
Yeah,
what
that's
I'm thinking.
that's
The
crazy.
young dudes, man, they give it to the young dudes. That's also just a factor of Madden.
Jonathan Taylor's not even in the top 10.
Jonathan Taylor. I think Jonathan Taylor's coming for a revenge season this year, but it also is dependent on
I can
how
see that.
bad
Yeah.
the Colts are. But another thing I wanted to talk about being absurd, and my unbiased opinion, Lamar Jackson is a 99 overall, and he did not win MVP in his best season.
You know
I will
Josh-
never let this go. Josh Allen, what is Josh Allen, like a 96?
98.
98?
Yeah.
Okay,
Hmm.
well that's close. But still, he's his junior. He's Lamar Jackson's junior. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh.
I also think someone else is overrated. One of 6 players are 99, or 6 players are 99, and this is one of them. It's Travis Kelce. He's a 99 overall.
Ooh, the Travis Kelce hate.
Wow.
Isn't that? That was the first thing that I saw. I was like, Travis Kelce.
I missed that. That's crazy. I can't.
Isn't that? I just thought that was outrageous too.
Well, he didn't have 1,000 yards this year, right?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think so. He was hurt too.
Ooh.
That's how do you put him a 99 overall coming off like a 900 yards?
Exactly.
The old dudes, man. The
Yeah.
old dudes and the tight ends. And
Crazy.
I think he's coming into his last season as well. I don't see
Yeah.
Travis
Yeah.
What
going
is
much
he?
longer. He's like
36,
35, dude.
35, yeah.
That's super old for being in the NFL and being a tight end who gets the ball as much as him. I mean, like,
Yeah.
I also
very
think
active.
Patrick Mahomes is a little underrated. He's at a 95.
That's what I was gonna say.
oh, Mahomes.
He's not even the highest rated player in his team.
Is he the third highest QB? What are the QB ratings?
Let's see.
Where's Hurts? Is Hurts still being slept on?
That's what I
That's
was.
a
That
good
was my
question.
next thing.
Um,
So it goes Lamar, J.A., Burrow, Patty, holy crap, and then Goff.
Dude, Joe Burrow over Patrick Mahomes.
yeah. That's
Wow.
crazy.
And Brock Purdy at
He's
7.
86. He's the same overall as Justin Herbert and Jane. Oh no, Jane Daniels is 85.
I love seeing Jared Goff get his credit at the 5 spot though.
I don't though.
Right at 88.
I don't.
But isn't that crazy, the drop off between like the big 4 AFC QBs? It's
Yeah.
Lamar, J.A., Joe Burrow, Mahomes,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
huge drop off after that point
So,
in terms of quarterbacks.
what do you think about Hurts being an 87?
I mean, I think he's better than Jared Goff.
I think he should be a 92. Like,
Yeah.
I think he should be
87.
90s.
And I put him right at 5. I think that's a good
Yeah,
spot.
I think
for
that's
him.
good too.
And I think Daniels is better, but I understand why you would put Hurts at 5 now. I think Jaden Daniels is the 5th best quarterback
Mhm.
in the National Football
I
League.
think you can say that after one more year.
And I think that is what will inevitably sort of occur. And I don't see Jaden Daniels getting, too nervous to live up to the
Wow.
pressure. He's very calm.
He's very stoic.
Mhm.
That dude is all about football.
I have a great quarterback question here, though. Is Tua better than C.J. Stroud?
No,
No, I don't think
easy,
so.
easily.
You don't think?
Nah.
He is in Madden football NFL 26.
What are their ratings?
He is rated an 82, while C.J. Stroud lays below him at 81, being ranked the 15th best quarterback. Tua is the 14th.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Last year, what was Stroud? He was like an 88.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah.
lot.
Wow.
He fell off.
Tua is the most bipolar treated quarterback in the
Yeah.
entire NFL. Like, people do not know how to make up their mind with that guy. Nobody knows if he's good. Nobody knows if he's bad.
Mhm.
Is his receivers get injured? Is he as good? Like, is he injury prone? Like, there's so many question marks with Tua. But when Tua is on, he is
Oh, yeah,
one of the
he's
most
on.
accurate quarterbacks in the entire NFL. In terms of just raw accuracy, he is maybe the most in terms of short passes and stuff. He's
Mm-hmm.
incredible when that offense gets flowing. So I think that's the interesting debate. I think they're sort of equal to each other right now. 14A,
They're probably
14B.
Pretty similar, yeah. I think Stroud's due for a really good season. I think Diggs is cancer, man.
Yeah, I do
Back
too.
to Diggs.
I do
think
too.
not having Diggs will help him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I
So
agree.
what do we think in terms of who's going to make the biggest jump this year? What are your guys' predictions? I'll start actually. I have a great prediction. I think that, so we got Chase Brown. I think he's low 80s, maybe high 70s. I predict he will be a top 10, top 8 running back to finish the season. I think he's going to have a monster year. I think the Bengals are going to have one of the best offenses in the NFL. Terrible defense yet again. They're already having problems with it. In a future episode, we'll definitely want to break down what happened with the Bengals and that rookie that they were trying to sign.
Oh, yeah.
In that trial, it's very, very
forgot about
fascinating. And then they're also being stingy with Trey Hendrickson.
Mm-hmm.
But where they're not, they will still spend all their money on the offense. They'll spend on Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow. They want people to enjoy watching Bengals games. This offense is going to be electric. Chase Brown's going to be a big component of it. I'm huge on him in fantasy. I'm huge on him and being really good at Madden later on in the year. I think he will be sort of a new age CMC. So that is my bold prediction.
Yeah. I like that.
I agree. I think Puka being an 88, I think he's going to be mid-90s by the end of the season.
I like that
if
too.
he stays healthy.
How high can Puka go?
I think
95, 96.
Yeah, I was going to say 95.
I'm a big
70.
Puka guy.
No, I agree with that, honestly. He's good.
What do you think about it? He played 11 games this year, had just under 1,000 yards.
He did break 1,000?
He only played 11 games.
I would expect him to.
Yeah.
So.
I think he averaged about 90 yards per game with 6 or 7 catches.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, I think he's going to be on
I don't
top.
think he will.
Yeah.
I don't think his stats are going to be that crazy this year because Devontae Adams.
I think it's going to help him a little bit.
You think it will help him?
Yeah.
I think it's going to stop. I think he'll have a great season. I think get 1,000, but I don't see him. Because if he wants to get to a 95, he's got to be top 2, top 3 receiver all year in terms of numbers and everything.
It's doable.
You think so? He
He can't do it.
He played 3 of his games pretty hurt, and
That's
he still
true.
had 1,000 yards and only played 11 games.
Mhm.
Give him 6 more games, completely healthy.
Yeah.
All those games completely healthy. I don't know. I'm a big Puka guy.
But would you still draft Puka in
Yeah.
the first round in fantasy or second round?
I do
think
it in
he's
the
a
second.
Yeah, second rounder.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Bold.
Dude, Matt Stafford's back there. I mean, he's going to throw to receivers.
Mhm.
What is your prediction, Gino?
I have a few. So I think Baker's underrated. He's an 83.
Yeah, dude, Baker starts out low. Put some respect on Baker's name.
I think he'll be high 80s end of the year. I mean, he had a great year last year, and he upgraded at receiver too. So I think he will definitely have a little upgrade. And then I think Jalen Carter's also going to have a good year too. He's an 87. I know that's pretty high, but I think he's
surprised. The guy was looking at the Eagles team.
I just know that he was rated a little low, in my opinion. I think that.
I think Carter might be the best
I think-
tackle as of next year.
I think he'd be mid-90s even.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two that were brought to my attention, but
Oh, we got lots of predictions. I'm very, very pumped for Madden 26. With that being said, Owen, I would like for everybody to react to a video I saw this week. It has a lot to do with football.
This just sounds like it has nothing to do with
A reactionary video. Here, pause for a second. So I want you guys, before watching this, to think, what country do you think this takes place in? And what year do you think this took place? Don't look at the title at the top of it. Alright, start it on.
That.
can't read it.
You can turn it up a little bit. So that, I'll give you a hint, it is in Europe.
It's like early 2000s.
That's a European bear right there, baby. They're kinder. The bears there are kinder bears.
Oh
than
my
our bears.
gosh, that is.
And just imagine you're in that water though, and you just see the bear looking at you, and you're like, oh, what's he gonna do?
Oh my god, dude.
Dude, so he
my God,
jumps.
he's right.
He jumps on top of bear in the water.
Does he save
Okay,
him?
this is Russia.
And
right?
notice how quiet the people are in the video. No one's yelling.
Yeah.
No,
Is it
everybody is. It's Poland.
Poland.
Warsaw.
Poland.
Okay.
Look at, he has it in a rear naked choke.
Dude, he's
And
grabbing
he's
his
just
ears.
riding. Oh yeah, he's riding it like a bike. Oh yeah.
It's like playing with it. With
That's
water.
unbelievable.
And then it like starts coming back and being aggressive. And
Oh,
now
wow.
now he's just fist fighting this bear.
Why would he not try and get out? Quick?
It's not as easy, Chino. It's a bear.
Holy shit.
Nobody is yelling in the crowd. Look
Nobody's
how
like throwing him a rope.
nobody.
Like, what's
Everybody's completely calm. They're acting like this is like a
You
show.
think if that was one of us that fell and you'd jump in?
Probably not.
I mean, jump in. I
Look
would
at
be
that.
like, dude,
and
give me a
that's the
rope.
end of the video. So you can get rid of that. But like,
That's insane. The odds of that
crazy.
happening and just letting
so
him
that
go.
that happened a few years ago. That happened. I couldn't tell, but I think it was 2023. So it was 2
Mhm.
years ago. And the guy literally fought the bear. He rode on top of it, and it was just a random drunk dude. It was not like a zookeeper or nothing. And he looked like a pro. Like he looked like he knew exactly what.
He stayed pretty calm.
He was like, jump in the water. I can use its weight against itself in the water. Like he knew exactly what to do and was remarkably
Dude, the
calm.
way he used its ears, so he was
Yeah.
holding its ears, so when it turned, he would turn with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's unbelievable.
Can you imagine you're
That's
swimming?
such a high IQ player.
You're just swimming, floating, and you just see a bear just looking at the rock, like thinking of jumping, and you're like, man, I really hope this thing is not jumping. And it freaking jumps, man. Jump, and at the end, you can really like tell, 'cause it was small. He pats it like on the back. He like spanks it, and it just like goes off. the bear.
What?
Yeah,
Wow.
is that not amazing? That's the
That's
experience in a zoo in Poland.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That bear's well fed then.
Oh yeah, it's a well-fed bear.
It has to be not that
Yeah.
hungry.
Just a curious bear.
Yeah.
Wow.
All right, well that was what I wanted to show y'all.